doesn't make any sense. There's no way you should be checking up like that. So this is my pre-stream, getting ready to play Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Queen for the first time. Just bought it yesterday, used from GameStop, so hopefully it doesn't have any problems. Wrath of the White Witch. Oh, wait, no, that's Halo. All I know is it's gonna be good, I hope. So as you know, this game has artwork done by Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, however you want to pronounce that, with music by the legendary Joe Hisaishi, who does the music for Studio Ghibli, but also did the music for Blue Dragon, one of those games I did that was pretty popular on YouTube. Oh, sorry, things are gonna be a bit loud for a second. Oh nope, stop doing that, controller. I'm trying to clean up the soda that spilled when I opened it. Pain in the butt. Don't know why it was shaking like that. Just sitting stationary for about 5 minutes. No reason it should have been explosive. But, you know, I don't control everything. There's my paper towels. That's why I keep a roll of paper towels in my room, always. Because I never want to leave if I make a mess. Just clean it up right away. So, this was soda. The floor might get sticky later tonight, and I'll have to clean it up later, of course, but that's later. Now is now. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oh, also, this is made by Level 5. Oh, fucking love Level 5, man. They make some of the best games. Some of the best RPGs are made by Level 5. They are one of my favorite studios. Oh, sorry, trying to get rid of all of this soda on the bottle. There we go. That should do it. Can I open it now safely? Yes. Use some Coke. I haven't had Coke in a long time. Tastes kind of flat, but it's still tasty. So let's see. Shoot. Did I have that muted? I did. Okay, we were fine. Got it. When I don't have Twitch muted, then it plays some noise for me that I don't want it to play. Get this out of the way. And let's just open up. Let's open up a strategy wiki too, so I know what I'm doing here. We want to search for Ni no Kuni, because I have no idea how to play this game. I have no idea how it works. Oh, but they don't have a guide for it on the website. That's odd. But at least we got these 20 essential tips to get us started. Beginner's guide for the first few hours. Yes. I'll look at that bit by bit as we play. Otherwise, however, I'll get this underway. Make sure I don't drop any frames, though. I don't want to be doing that. Bloop, bloop. And I might be a bit off on audio. This game, I think, is a little slower to go through than Kingdom Hearts. I put it off a bit to make up for that, but I don't know if it will. Alright, but anyway. There's the music again. Yay, options. Just one moment here. I keep getting this little black bar in the bottom of this stream. I'm not sure if that's from the stream or from something else. Let me take a look real quickly. Doesn't seem to be anything. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that. I got some comments. Cool. Okay, well, moving on. Ready to start. We got nothing. We'll just start the game. Woohoo! Ni no Kuni. This game came out when? Not too long ago. Oh, I get language choices. Yay! For all languages I speak came in 2013. Okay. So, parlez-vous François? Nope. Deutsch, Italiano, or Espanol. That's it though. We play English. In order to change the language in which game text will be displayed, you must first uninstall game data from the XMB menu and restart the game. Okay, so I assume this will install game stuff. That otherwise, so I can read quicker, I guess. Being installed. In beginning, okay. Installation take around 10 minutes, huh? Shoot. I didn't think this would be the case. I didn't think about this. Huh. Well then. Doesn't even play music, does it? Huh, how about that? Wasn't expecting this, so I guess I'll read the strategy wiki while I wait. While you're wandering the world map, press X in peculiar spots, like patches of forest, to look for hidden items. If you need to locate the areas you've already found secret items in, go to the regions of the world section of your Wizard's Companion. Specifically, in regards to forest, if you see a patch of items, always explore to find a potential hidden hamlet. Cool! Speaking of items on the world map, always grab the twinkling stars whenever you can. These sparkles are items, and like pots and towns, they reappear every 10 to 60 minutes. Do not be afraid to grind. Grind near your town to fight enemies as much as you can. Try to pick up health and mana orbs in combat, and if you need it, head into town to use the inn to restore all your stats, then go back to grinding. You should need to grind in the first 15 hours or so, but it's an option. Speaking of inns, always stay at least once to gain extra story in your Wizard's Companion book. When enemies start to run away from you on sight, you'll know you've saturated all the XP you can get from an area. If you die in combat, you'll lose 10% of your total cash after continuing. Although you can lower this rate to 5% later in the game, don't be afraid to spend some of your money before you go into a dungeon, in case you die. Of course, you could just reload a recent save to avoid any loss of money. It's cheap. Like any JRPG, you should save a lot. Save before entering an area you haven't been before. Save near a town on the world map. When a story character asks you to prepare yourself before entering an area, save it. Always do errands and bounty hunts as soon as become available in every town. Doing them as soon as they become available rewards tenfold with items that will be relevant as soon as they're acquired, rather than waiting to finish them and getting inadequate gear. Sorry, let me get a drink. Oops. The stamp rewards from finishing errands are invaluable, and hoarding stamp cards early is a great way to get amazing perks like extra experience later in the game. It's important to note that errands are often incredibly easy, and you'll almost always happen upon a bounty location while roaming to your next story location anyway. If you are put off by all the walking, you'll gain the ability to fast travel around 20 hours in, and fight capabilities on the world map after that. For the first 20 hours, focus on completing errands in local areas so you don't have to do much backtracking. You can always do errands at a later date if you really need to, and always view the status on the journal portion of the main menu. I'm learning. About 4 hours into the game teaches you how to take pieces of heart from NPCs, who show up with a green dot on your map, which help you solve errands and story quests. In every town, always press R1 to open the map and survey the area for flashing green and blue dots. Cool. Then we have familiars, huh? Once Oliver gains a familiar, he should never engage in direct combat with his wand. Ever. Always use your creatures in combat whenever possible, or Oliver's spells. You can't beat every fight with just one familiar, however, as there is a limited amount of time that it can fight at once. A common strategy is switch back to Oliver when your pet's stamina is in the red zone and run around the outside of the map, circle strafing until they can fight again. But this doesn't mean Oliver is useless. Quite the opposite, in fact. Oliver can heal your party with Healing Touch and use powerful magic while circle strafing and avoiding damage. Against boss characters, try spamming his ice and fire spells when you have some free mana. Just keep some available in case you need to use Healing Touch. The first familiar you get, Mighty, is not only incredibly cute, but he's also the clear-cut best familiar for quite a while. If you feed him his favorite food consistently, chocolate, he'll have enough power to take down pretty much everyone in the first 10 hours almost single-handedly. Use him to level up the first few story-related familiars you get. You'll earn Mighty almost immediately after you leave Motorville. Your next one in the first few hours in the first town, and you'll get another 2 and your first human party member in the first 10 hours or so. Speaking of food, keep those familiars full. Sorry. Every fight will drop their fullness rating by 1, which is almost a grind in a grind. When you level them up and lower their fullness to boost their stats. Always wait to metamorph familiars if you can. If you morph them into the next form immediately, they'll lose a lot of their potential. For instance, a level 20 Mighty will carry over less stats than level 40 Mighty when he morphs into the next form at level 1. Oh boy, combat tips. That's going to be useful. Take a look at your familiars on the status screen and notice their symbols. The red and orange colored sun, the yellow and blue moon, and the white and blue star. In terms of combat, sun beats moon, moon beats star, and star beats sun. You'll do extra damage to enemies who are weak to your symbol. Use this to your advantage by surveying your enemy before you send your familiars out to battle. In most fights on the world map in the first 10 hours of the game or so, this doesn't really matter that much. L2 and R2 to switch between menus. Don't bother with the D-pad initially. It's much easier and more accurate to switch between combat abilities this way. Resist the urge to run around in combat early in the game. Although it may seem cool taking a more direct approach to combat and just mashing the X button to attack, Although it may seem cool, taking a more direct approach to combat and just mashing the X button to attack is often the best strategy before you start getting party members. If you run around too much, enemies will just beat you. However, like an MMO, free running does play a critical role in pretty much every fight in the game past a certain point. You can use it to avoid dangerous hazards like a pit of poison, and the attacks that enemies make from the front, like a flame breath, in boss fights, always remain aware of your surroundings to keep moving. Wow, this is taking a while. Almost done here with these tips, though. The circle button cancels commands in combat. This is crucial when the game requires you to make a split-second defensive stance to avoid a powerful boss attack. If you're in the middle of doing something, press circle, press L2 or R2 to switch to defend, and press X. You can cancel enemy tricks or abilities and counter their attacks with the correct timing. When an enemy is using a trick, try pummeling them to stun and stop the trick. Just keep in mind that this isn't guaranteed to stop. Alternatively, you can quickly cancel and defend to stay on the safe side. To counter, choose an enemy, target them, choose attack, and wait until a bubble appears near your character to press the X button to initiate the counter. Aha. Oh, you can name familiars as well. That's cool. Says here, I named my Might familiar Mr. Panties. Now he's undergone his final transformation and looks like a blue Muppet with horns. I love him. Some great tips for starting out. Hoard those resources you find for later on once you gain access to crafting. And definitely do every side quest you can, especially the bounty hunts, as they tend to give 4 to 6 merit stamps per hunt and some neat gear to boot. Okay, and so it looks like the canceling commands to block or counter is the best advice in the game. And it means when you master that, you won't have to grind much because your level difference won't make much of a matter in the way. Okay, so 88%, we're almost ready to play, I hope. Jeez. Hmm. Okay, so this game is a fullness thing for you're familiar, which will be a bit weird, I think. And hopefully I can figure out how that works. Oh, trophy data still. Okay. Audio language, cool. I'll pick English. Oh shoot, I should pick Japanese. Oh well. Damn it. It'd be just like anime with the Japanese, but I guess I can pay attention now without having to look at the screen. But English voice acting tends to be a bit odd and terrible. Ooh, Havoc. They're in this game too. That's cool. Those guys did Dark Souls and Demon Souls, I think. Sound, I think it's sound, isn't it? Oh, you can change audio language though. Alright, so hopefully the voice acting doesn't suck.